Only after Empress Lizzie died did Emperor Leon realize his foolishness and regret it late, but the clock had already passed. With Leon's wishes, the Witch of the Clock Tower turned back time to the day Leon first met Empress Lizzie, and all that was left for Leon, who had returned to the past, was to make Lizzie happy. But the influence of turning back time was greater than he thought. Will Leon be able to make Lizzie happy? Arcella, who lived a glorious life that everyone envied but died of illness at a young age. Before her death, she regretted not having become a proper mother to her son. But somehow, she went back 3 years ago. Arcella is living her second life. I promise to be a loving mother this time. However, is it too late? The son only pushes her away and she realizes that her relationship with the husband, who she thought was fine before her regression, was wrong. Subaru Natsuki was just trying to get to the convenience store but wound up summoned to another world. He encounters the usual things: life-threatening situations, silver-haired beauties, cat fairies, normal stuff. All that would be bad enough, but he's also gained the most inconvenient magical ability of all: time travel, but he's got to die to use it. How do you repay someone who saved your life when all you can do is die? Jin Ho Kang used to be an average teenager, before an accident took away his family and his ability to walk. After reincarnating in medieval China, he becomes the demon master known as the Crimson Emperor. When his life is tragically cut short, he wakes up back in his previous life. Before the accident and with his powers and martial arts prowess intact. All Jin Ho wants is to live a normal life, but he soon realizes that monsters exist even in the modern world. And only he can stop them. A catastrophe, a zombie virus that hit the Earth. 3 years to survive a devastating and desperate life through dozens of death crises on a ruined planet. Eventually, I couldn't stand it anymore, and I was hit by a zombie horde. When I opened my eyes again, I was back in the past just 6 months before the zombie virus came into the world. In the next 6 months, this peaceful world will perish. Aidin, the esteemed daughter of a duke, is the emperor's assassin and the leader of Owl. For giving everything and serving her lord faithfully, she was betrayed and sentenced to death by guillotine. Abandoned by her lord, her life came to an end, yet the moment she opened her eyes again, she realized she had returned to a time when she was still only 17. In order to get her revenge, she decided to destroy Horde, a country that the emperor cherished more than his life. You are beautiful, milady. Especially those red eyes of yours. The man who personally sent the order to have Aiden executed, the prince from the enemy country, Daison, unexpectedly began to interfere with her life. Angela was my friend. I wanted to give anything to her, who I thought more precious than my own family. And I eventually turned Angela, a lowly aristocrat from the countryside, into the flower of the capital society. But it was betrayal that came back. She sold me and my family to become an imperial princess. Did you have to go this far? Because I wanted you to be unhappy. I wanted to take your whole life away. But when I thought I had died under the guillotine, I was surprisingly back in the past. It was the end of a sunny summer day. In the hands of the tyrant, father, mother, brother, and my neck went under the guillotine. And when I opened my eyes, it was my 12th birthday. Before the 13-year-old young emperor became a brutal tyrant, I had to somehow become a god next to the man. Adopted by the abusive Count Zachary, Haylin is imprisoned for over a decade, but a tragedy sets her back in time and she's now 8 years old again, eager to escape the horrors of her previous life. Haylin runs away and crosses paths with a brave boy and the protective Duke Callisto. When a magical potion reveals she belongs to the powerful Callisto bloodline. The chaste Duke swears she can't be his. What is the secret behind Haylin's birth? And will she ever find a family that'll love her? Kim Jihyun, who lived his life as a disreputable surgeon, gains a second chance to relive his life. He then goes back to his middle school days, and live his life to the fullest unlike before. He studies non-stop. His goal is to become a dermatologist who make lots of money instead of the poor surgeon he was from previous life.